My boyfriend of 10 years is insecure about not having a boy, and I just found out why. So my boyfriend and I are high school sweethearts, and have been together since freshman year of high school. We met when I was 15 and he was 16, we hit it off massively and pretty early on in the school year, and have stayed solid ever since. He has a strange relationship with his parents. He had a pretty strong and deep connection with his mother that I have witnessed multiple times, and I tease him sometimes about being a mama's boy, but he didn't interact with his father much. After we both graduated high school, he decided to move in with me in my 2-bedroom apartment. We shared a room and used the other room as a game room where he would play his video games. So about 11 months ago, my girlfriend had a baby that I would help babysit when she had to work. So while babysitting that little bundle of joy, I fell in love hard with that baby, and gained a massive baby fever, and I would constantly ask my boyfriend for him to give me a baby, until 6 months ago when he finally gave in and we started trying for a baby. Then after a few weeks of trying, I was finally positive, and overjoyed to say the least. I remember crying for hours from excitement while on FaceTime with my girlfriend. So one day my girlfriend instructed us to go ultrasound done to see the baby's gender. I wanted a girl, but my boyfriend seemed pretty confident that we were going to have a boy. After the results came, the doctor said we were having not one but 2 girls. I was obviously excited, but my boyfriend seemed upset, not like on the verge of tears, or raging upset, but he seemed disappointed. I tried to ask him what was wrong, but he gave me the usual "oh nothing babe, I'm fine." That was the same response he always gave me when he was upset or disappointed at something. Fast forward to present day, and I was discussing with my boyfriend on how are we going to tell our parents about the pregnancy. We talked about how he finds my dad scary as hell, and how he would be too scared to tell him. I told him that my dad may be intimidating, but he's a sorta kind person, and how he likes my boyfriend. Then the conversation shifted to him talking about how my dad would be disappointed in him for not having a son. Then I just reassured him that my dad wouldn't think that about him and that he has the wrong idea of him. Then I asked him if he was okay, or if he had something to tell me. Then he said no, and that I was reading into it too much, and that it doesn't mean he's any less of a man because we didn't have a boy. Which confused me, because I said nothing about him being any less of a man due to the fact we're not having a boy, but he insisted on saying my father would be angry with him about not having a boy. He started worrying me, so I asked him if he had a social anxiety problem or something to make him think this way. He nervously said, "No, I'm just scared of what people think me." Then I told him that what he just said literally describes society anxiety, but while I said that I noticed, he started tearing up. So I asked him what's wrong and is everything okay. By the way, this is the first time I've ever seen him cry in the 10 years we've been together. After I asked him if he was okay, he started talking about how he wasn't good enough for me, and how he wasn't man enough for crying, and for not having a boy, and how everyone was going to hate him for not being a true man. I tried to calm him down so we could talk this through, but he started crying harder and harder, as he started rambling about how his father wouldn't accept him for being weak and not a true man. Then he began to explain to me that his father would abuse him, and put this ideology in his head that true men only have boys, true men don't cry, and how my boyfriend would strive and try his hardest to get his father approval, but his father was never proud of anything he did. To be honest, it was kinda hard to understand most of what my boyfriend was saying as he cried, but I think that's the gist of it. While my boy was venting to me about his trauma, he cried so hard his nose started bleeding and he passed out in my arms. What my boyfriend told kept me up so pretty late when I'm writing this, and I don't know what to do.